Hey Alec, how's it going?
It's going. It's going okay, I suppose. You know,
I
it's.
just canceled my Netflix subscription, canceled my Hulu.
I bet you did. I bet you've. Sure.
I'm
I
all
don't
on
believe
board.
you.
I'm all on board the Disney Plus train. I mean,
That's
without
right.
it's already gearing up to be a tremendous value, actually, though.
I, honestly, it is. Like I thought you were gonna make a joke and talk about like I just got rid of everything because hold the presses. There's CBS All Access
Ah,
and
CBS
and
All
and,
Access.
and NBC Universal. The biggest deals for your
Yes, well, I mean, I can watch 40 seasons of Survivor. That's a lot of TV.
well, to be fair, I also have it, so we can do that.
Yeah, yeah. Star Trek Discovery, of course, is here,
Oh yeah.
and
I mean,
classics like
STD, Star Trek Discovery.
CBS classics like Mom and, and The Good Wife or whatever
Oh
other shows they
yeah.
have.
NCIS, man. That show's a
Yes,
classic.
Magnum PI,
What do they
MacGyver.
have? Yeah, the reboots.
All right, so Disney Plus is here, and what was it? It was $7 a month. They said it's gonna be for
Was it
like
that? I don't know if it was that low.
it was like $7 a month for the
That
equivalent
was
of
nice.
what Netflix's $14 a month does. It's like
Yeah.
there was some crazy value where it's like you can stream to four different platforms. You get 4K and HD and everything, and it's almost half of what Netflix price is.
And okay, so remind me, is Disney putting their entire back catalog of movies in this, or
Um,
maybe they're animated films? But
let's see. I don't know if they're. I know they're not putting it all at once. I know they have a selection that's going to be coming out on release, and then like they have a list of ones coming the first year and next year.
okay, incrementally.
But I don't know if they're planning on eventually getting everything or if they're still select. I know all the new ones will go on there as they come, but
Right.
I think it's like a year after though. Once the theatrical release.
Hmm.
But I know they have a list of like specific ones, which is there are some really weird choices for ones that they're starting with. It's like uh, on launch, it's gonna be just Thor 2, not Thor 1
What?
and Thor 3.
What?
Just
No,
Thor
so you
Dark
picked the
World.
worst one. You picked the worst one. What? No original Thor. That's weird.
I mean, there's a lot of them, so I'm not gonna read them all. But that's the one that stood out. So where they have just random.
Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I mean, they have all. Well, they have the first 7 Star Wars movies will be there. The Clone Wars animated series will be there.
It makes me sad that Disney still hasn't come forward and been like, especially now that they've acquired Fox, they really should come forward and be like, hey, we're going to release the unedited versions of the original trilogy, and they just keep
Hmm.
insisting on following. Maybe they'll want to. Maybe they'll wait. Yeah, maybe they will wait till George Lucas dies, and then they can release the unaltered versions. Because it's like he's not here to object anymore.
Hmm.
So, which sounds horrible and cruel, but
Yeah.
um, I mean, I mean, people do it with all kinds of other creators that they have no sympathy for, like the whole SpongeBob that they waited until Steven Hillenburg died. Now they're making a prequel series. Anyway, that's a whole other topic.
They are dropping all 30 full seasons of The Simpsons though on launch.
Yeah, because everybody wants to watch the. Okay, so that's great because I've been wanting to like get into original like first 9 seasons of The Simpsons, like before Zombie Simpsons took over.
Okay.
So that's a pretty great value with all the other crap that you're getting too.
Yeah.
That you get all these Fox shows. So is it just The Simpsons, or you get like Family Guy and stuff too, or?
All I've heard is that there are 30 seasons of The Simpsons. I don't know if there.
Yeah.
I think there might be a couple other Fox things, but not
Yeah.
not a lot, as far as I know. Again, I'm not like
Because some of those
concrete
are
on.
still belong to Hulu and
Yeah, but there's a
Rad.
lot. There's a lot of stuff going on with like so many moving parts that I'm trying to put it all together. Even with the huge list, there's still other stuff I'm hearing about. Like, and I'm like, is that coming out now? Is it coming out 3 months from now? But I mean, we will be getting a Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie, both on launch. Glad to say.
I mean, you can't complain about a Goofy movie.
Yeah.
I don't know about an extremely Goofy movie. I honestly, I've never seen that one, but I do like a Goofy movie quite a bit.
And there's a couple like
So,
ABC things thrown in there, like Malcolm in the Middle, Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World?
Yes.
Yes! Okay, this is day one. I'm day one. That's all you said that needed to convince me. That's like one of my favorite. It was on my Boy Meets World. I love Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
Great show.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse will be there, of course. Raven's Home. the great sequel
Oh,
series.
isn't that like the
Yeah, but we'll have that to Raven too. But
Raven's Home?
That's all
Real
library past content. But talk about the new stuff that they got coming out. There's so much stuff. They just have an onslaught of like new originals from like Disney, Pixar, Marvel, all this, and also like a lot of documentary series and stuff they have thrown in there. Some weird like reality series that I heard about as well.
Oh.
That are like really weird. I'm like, that's so random. Hopefully I can find some of the weird ones I saw before. Oh yes.
Yeah, because especially with all the press stuff that Disney's been going to, so at San Diego Comic-Con, they released tons of Marvel stuff, and then with D23 coming out, they just keep pumping out here's everything that's coming out to Disney Plus. And again, some of it's immediate, some of it will be down the line. I'd say probably the majority of what they've announced is kind of a down the line sort of thing. But there's some stuff that's supposed to be coming before the end of the year, I think. So there's
there's the reality, one of the reality series I was thinking of. I didn't realize it's hosted by Angela Kinsey from The Office, who played Angela.
Okay.
It's called Be Our Chef. It invites families from diverse backgrounds to join a Disney-inspired cooking competition at Disney World. In each episode, 2 families will participate in a themed challenge based on their family traditions and the magic of Disney. The finalists will apply what they've learned to create a dish that represents their family through a Disney lens.
Okay.
This will be available in the first year after launch.
Okay.
That's great.
That's kind of random. That is, yeah, like you said, it's kind of random. That feels like that's like a show that belongs on ABC.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of like shoving it on Disney Plus, I guess.
And they have a couple of random shows like that, and then, like I said, they have all these different documentary series based on different parts of Disney too. And
here's why the Disney college program doesn't steal your life away.
It's like they're trying to cover every aspect, every genre. Just like, we're taking over. Watch out, Netflix! Get out of here. Like,
all Disney all the time.
I'm ready next year. Disney will have bought Netflix, and they'll get all their Netflix originals absorbed.
Disney's just going to be this Disney already is this juggernaut, but that'll make it more of a behemoth.
Yeah, it's crazy even seeing just the image Disney Plus, and it had Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, everything you need.
Yeah, that is a lot. Yeah, Disney's been sort of. Did they own Nat Geo?
I don't know. That was a surprise to me seeing National Geographic.
I know they've been handling a lot of the National Geographic movies that have been coming out. That's why, like, you see all the ones that, like, all the nature documentaries that have gotten theatrical releases recently. A lot of those are like National Geographic, like filming, but like all the narration and marketing and promotion is all done by Disney. Mm-hmm. So I guess that makes sense, but I don't know if like they're owned by Disney or not. So it'd be kind of crazy if they are.
I feel like they probably have to be owned if they're gonna put them. They literally put them up there with Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. So I was like, wow.
Yeah, maybe they do, and I just didn't know. They're even bigger than I thought.
I know. We should have thrown just everything up there. Just had all their anything they could possibly show up. So some Disney Plus originals we have. The Mandalorian, which has been a big one for Star Wars fans, apparently.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen the trailer yet. I've been meaning to though. I've heard pretty good things about it. So
I have, but I'm not a big enough Star Wars fan to really even appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, that looks like Star Wars.
okay.
It does.
Okay.
It does look really good though, like
Yeah.
visually, and I know the production value is like insane on that. Like the budget.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm more interested in the future of those than I am of like the films. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, because I'm kind of like on Rise of Skywalker. So I particularly because they announced that Ewan McGregor is going to be coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
Like that immediately is like I'm totally on board for that. He was amazing. He's a great actor, and I loved him as Obi-Wan. He was like the shining beacon through the prequel movies. So, the one light
Yeah.
charted his way through. Yeah, so I'm totally on board for that. Pretty much anything else, yeah. I mean, I think
What other Star Wars things? The Clone Wars also.
the Clone Wars season 7 or season 6, I don't remember which in there. And I think there's some other Star Wars stuff. When I was just looking through, apparently they're coming out with a Cassian Andor series.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, because I don't know if I've really talked about it much on the channel. I do not like Rogue One at all. And
Damn.
yeah,
It'd be
no.
like that.
Okay, well, I would say like I don't like everything about the movie, because there are aspects of that movie that I like a lot. Just the most important ones I hate.
Damn.
So like the acting, the characters, the story. The acting's okay, but like the story, the script, it was just the worst. But like the look of that movie is great. Don't get me wrong, but like Cassian Andor is just like boring. Like everyone in that movie is boring except for the droid. Everybody loves the droid because the droid's like actually a character.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of that character either, really.
Yeah, he's just like, I mean, I liked what they were trying to do with Jyn Erso, but like all of her character development happened off screen, where it's like she's a little girl and then all of a sudden she's grown up, and we didn't see any of that, like the hardening of her outlook on things. We just see that. And then a certain scene happens, and then all of a sudden she's hopeful. And I was like, what? And like none of that was shown in the movie.
Yeah.
It happened in between scenes, which apparently was like one evening where she's just like, I'm gonna change my personality now.
See,
And,
I really enjoyed it, but I also don't look at Star Wars as analytically, I suppose, because I don't know, I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan, so Star Wars movies are kind of ones where
but that's not necessarily about Star Wars. That's just about filmmaking.
Okay, well, I really liked it though.
Well, you're just wrong.
Okay. Rogue One's definitely better than The Last Jedi. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right about that. I don't know. That's a toss-up on it. No, I wouldn't say that's a toss-up. I think I like The Last Jedi more, but only marginally. For various reasons, because I like at least a third of The Last Jedi as a movie.
Okay.
There's a nice plot thread of that movie that I think they did really well. I think
the first third.
Well. No, the third, everything dealing with Luke and Rey is the only thing that I think was actually successful, and then subsequently Rey and Kylo Ren. All that stuff I think was executed really well. Pretty much the whole rest of the movie you just throw out. It's particularly on rewatches, because the first time I watched the movie, the first time I watched it, I loved it. But then subsequent rewatches, I was like, there's something really wrong with this movie. And then it was like, oh, that's because 2/3 of it's really boring and useless and doesn't really deserve to be here.
Anyways, we're super excited for the new Star Wars stuff.
Well, hey, yeah, honestly, I am looking forward to the Star Wars stuff on this.
Is that everything?
Like I said,
did we
more
mention
promising
everything?
I don't know if we mentioned everything.
For Star Wars?
There's so much. Oh, for Star Wars, everything that I care to mention, sure. I mean, there's probably some other animated thing I'm forgetting.
And I never watched the Clone Wars, so I still really want to go back and watch it. But I know that's huge for Clone Wars fans that there's 12 episodes of that coming out.
Yeah, I've only really watched most of the first season of that show, so definitely want to go back and because I'm assuming because I don't think it's on Netflix anymore. It might be. I don't remember. But I would assume that they're transferring all that over to Netflix as well, or rather over to Disney Plus. So yeah, I mean, really, that's one of those things that I've been meaning to get to, along tons of other Netflix things. So I mean, that's just another reason for me to hop on board the Disney Plus train. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else. We should move on and talk about some Marvel stuff.
Tons of it. So much.
Yeah, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Of course.
WandaVision.
Yes. Loki. What else?
Yeah.
There's that Marvel's What If series.
Yeah, the What If series. Which I
oh,
think they already showed. I don't know if it was just a concept or if it was like partially a trailer or something, but it's like, what if Peggy Carter got that shield or something? I think.
No, I didn't.
That's what one of them is going to be.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. And then she had, it was like what was it, like Captain Britain style. It's like UK Captain America.
Yep.
And it was like
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that. I love the fact that they're that to me is like the weird side. Especially if they lean really hard into like a what ifs, that's fun.
And it's going to be animated, right?
I think so. Yes.
So that'll be interesting how it'll look, like how it'll translate into an animated series, and I guess they're going to be each episode will be based on a certain. Was it a certain like movie, or is it just like a universe like?
I think it's over the whole universe, so it's just kind of saying like what ifs to tons of different scenarios. Because I think there was a I mean, I could be totally wrong. I don't know comics really that well. I think there's a comics run of Marvel that's called What Ifs, which essentially had that exact same concept. And I think they're just going to apply it to the MCU basically. So
yeah. So WandaVision, it still bothers me that the name of that, but WandaVision. But apparently, I know they stated that it'll be all these different. Well, most of the different shows will be part of the MCU, like at least the main ones, like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and WandaVision, like will be almost a essential viewing going into like Doctor Strange 2, apparently, as to why she ends up where she is. That'll be interesting, especially for these characters like Wanda, who really doesn't have too much like development shown in the Avengers movies. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will be nice. Yeah, because I liked her and Viz's like relationship, but it was so underplayed, and you almost didn't really like it's I like it, but there's not nearly enough of it to really warrant like really caring about it, if you know what I mean. So it'll be nice to see that fleshed out a little more, for sure.
Yeah, and it says that will be available in the second year after launch.
Okay.
So that and Loki will be the second year after launch. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be the first year after launch.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any? I want to know how much will be available, like when it releases, what the originals were.
Yeah.
That are going to be with it. Because it's hard to parse all that through. The Mandalorian will be available at launch. Okay.
So that's good. Yeah, it's like even though that we are getting a ton of stuff, it can sometimes be a hard sell for consumers. Sometimes. Everybody seems to be aboard this hype train unless I'm completely out of the loop. But sometimes it can be pretty hard for consumers to just be like, well, you'll get it eventually, so sign up now because you'll get it eventually, and tons of this other stuff will be there to keep your interest in that until it comes out. And so
yeah,
I know sometimes that can that can not sit well overly with consumers. So I don't know if I don't know if that the long term like slow churn out of content will work for them, but I guess we'll just have to see. I have a feeling that there'll probably be like a lot of like day one people, and then it might trail off. Subscriptions might trail off again, but then every time a new show will come out, there's going to be just more people hop on board again.
Yeah. So are they handling series like with Netflix, where it's all released at once, the whole season?
I don't know if they've said. I would assume so.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to do it otherwise, but
yeah. But honestly, like with some series, I don't understand why Netflix just doesn't cater to. Particularly because, from what I've heard in marketing, they've actually shied away from using the term binge watching.
Really?
Yeah. Over the last year, they've used it very little in a lot of their like social media and other marketing and stuff. But at the same time, that's completely why they just release everything at once, because they want you to binge watch, even though they don't say that. That's what they want you to do. So I know for
it's not necessarily they want you to do it. It's it's expected of Netflix now.
Yeah, but the thing is like, I think with certain consumers, I think some of them would be okay depending on what the content is. So I know there's some K or J drama something or the other. I know there's like some reality show. There's like some J drama reality show or something that is released week to week in Netflix internationally. But when it's released here, they're waiting for the whole season to finish before doing it, which is like you have to wait like 4 months for it to release, which is like that's horrible. It was like the same thing for the anime Little Witch Academia. That was a half a year people had to wait. And even after that, for it to finish airing in Japan, and then even after that, it was another like 3 months before they released it. So it's like the whole thing is done, and yet they're hoarding it. And so I think with their original series, it's all being produced at once, so it makes sense to just release it all at once. But with content like that kind of annoys me. And I think the thing with Disney is because they're all producing it in-house, they're going to be able to get away with doing. If they get away with it, they probably just will do the Netflix method because it'll work for them. In terms of like seasonal stuff that's ongoing, if they're going to have anything on their platform that's stuff that's like currently airing on TV, they'll probably hold off and do the Netflix thing also with that. But it would be really nice to see them take like almost a Hulu approach to it, where the next week you can watch a backlog of an episode as long as you're subbed to it.
Oh yeah.
And you can do that with a lot of other channel platforms. At least as long as you are like a subscriber to some sort of television package. So if you have like PBS, or if you have Dish Network, or if you have like Comcast or something, if you go in and sign into any of those places, you should be able to watch. I don't think it's the full back catalog, but you can watch like the episodes you missed for like the past like 5 weeks or something like that.
I mean, in CBS All Access, you just add it on.
You get their whole backlog, yeah.
Yeah, and then a new episode comes out the next day. You add that episode in.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, that's not with every CBS show, but Survivor, at least, Big Brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if Disney's going to do that with like their ABC shows. I think it'd be cool if they did that. I think it would be forward think. It'd be forward thinking of them. I think with a lot of people, thinking about cable cutting and stuff. A lot of people have. I think it would be a smart decision to do that. I don't know if they will necessarily do that or not, though. We'll have to see.
I don't know, actually, yeah, because if it's ABC still trying to survive on television, so...
Yeah, so they might not do that, then.
They're not going to make you, have to have an ABC subscription in order to use it on Disney+, so it'll be like, no, you're going to have to wait. If you don't want to watch it on TV, you'll have to wait 3 months to get the
Yeah.
show. Yeah. So what else? So, of course, on launch, High School Musical, the series. it's here.
What? The series? What? Wait a minute.
Yes.
So they're not just having the 3 movies, or they're just not having the 3 movies. They're just having a new series.
They have.
High School
They're gonna have the first High School Musical on launch,
trilogy.
but this is a new Disney Plus original. High School Musical, the series. So what this is literally, it's set in the same high school from the original High School Musical, but it's based on them doing a musical based on the events of High School Musical.
Why?
So it's a series. So you're gonna have characters.
This is so ridiculous.
You're gonna have a new age of young characters playing the roles of their classic favorites like Troy and Gabriella.
Yay!
And they already showed in the trailer. There was they were doing one of the classic songs from the original High School Musical, new rendition of it, and it's like, I want to be Troy. And it's like, we've got our Troy, we've got our Gabriella, and it's like,
so
it's the
weird.
It's the boy and girl that once liked each other or something, and now there's going to be drama because they're forced to be Troy and Gabriella, and it was so much tension. All right.
It's so weirdly meta. Why don't they just come up with a new idea? I don't. I guess maybe that is a new idea. I don't know.
I'm intrigued, but they did drop the word millennial in the trailer, so
God, why?
But it was like the teacher or something. She was like, "I'm
you
a millennial."
millennials.
No, she's the millennial. We're on to the new generation. The teacher was the millennial.
Oh.
So that's it's almost like we've grown up, us millennials who watched it when they first came out, High School Musical.
And hopefully
now we are the teachers.
Now we are.
Now we got Gen Z and as the little kids. It's gonna be great. I love High School Musical. I'm gonna watch the series, but I think it's gonna be awful. But
I sure hope you're joking.
I love High School Musical. I really do.
Really?
It's great.
Why?
I grew up on High School Musical.
Okay. I guess I was a little old for it.
I still love all the songs, though.
Also, it was just you got to get your head in the game.
That's one of my least favorite songs, actually, in High School Musical.
That's the only one I know. Because I just remember.
There's some great ones. You gotta watch "Bet on It," which is Zac Efron.
No, I don't have to.
Zac Efron, he's just alone in a golf course and he's just jamming out. He's throwing sand and stuff. It's great.
Oh, okay. I remember stuff on golf courses and me being that's not allowed on a golf course. Why are they doing that? Kick him off that golf course.
Jamming, dude.
Stupid preppy kid. Look at him. He's gonna turn into.
It's kind of a great story though. If you look at it, it's
the downfall of Ted Bundy?
No.
His childhood?
No, Troy and Gabriella's story. The typical sports jock guy, basketball superstar in high school, but he's secretly, I really love to sing. And then Gabriella, Vanessa Hudgens, she likes to sing too, but she also is really nerdy, even though she's the super pretty one. She really likes science, so she's part of the academic it was math club or something. She went to a math it was a math competition she was at while Troy was at a basketball game, and then they were no, we have to rush and meet this big singing moment for the singing competition. It was beautiful, and they fell in love.
Sounds like a lot of trash.
They fell in love, and then they had summer fun, and then they went to college in the end.
Is that what the third one is? Isn't it still called High School Musical, though?
High School Musical, but it was the senior year, yeah. So they were going off.
Year. So the second one was the summer after their junior year? Or something?
I don't remember exactly, but there was a lot of summer vacation fun because it picked right off, and it was great. All right, High School Musical, the series.
I can't believe we just talked about High School Musical for like 5 minutes.
All right. Well, you can look forward to Diary of a Female President, though. By all means, that's going to be a great one. It follows a Cuban-American 12-year-old girl, as told through her diary, as she navigates the ups and downs of middle school and her journey to become the future president of the U.S.
Are we really doing Kid President from Drake and Josh?
Yes.
That's literally what that sounds like.
The Cuban-American 12-year-old girl, right?
Kid Doctor, Kid Astronaut. Yeah, well, what's next? Kid President. It's only a matter of time.
We got Forky Ask a Question. We got Lamp Life, Monsters
so,
at Work.
So those are both the Toy Story 4 spin-offs.
Yeah,
I believe.
So those will be, Forky Ask a Question will be available at launch, but Lamp Life is the first year after launch.
Okay.
Monsters at Work. Inspired by the characters of Pixar's Monsters, Inc., animated series from Disney Television Animation picks up 6 months after the events of Monsters, Inc. and follows Tyler Tuskman, an eager and talented young mechanic who works on the Monsters, Inc. facilities team but dreams of working his way up to the lab floor.
Oh, is that going to be is that going to be about like the nerdy guys in the? I don't remember what their names were. So it can be like the two nerdy guys in the.
No, this was after.
Movie.
In which one?
No, they were in the original Monsters, Inc. They were
Tyler
they're so awesome.
True.
Yeah,
I don't know who Tyler Tuskman is. Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like. I don't think that was one of their names. So it might be some other.
But it does have returning cast members: Billy Crystal, John Goodman, all the good.
Yes, they're like. You know, Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, great duo. But Billy Crystal and John Goodman, man, they're just as good. I think they're up there. Yeah.
How about Encore? Executive producer Kristen Bell brings together former castmates of a high school musical, tasking them with recreating their original performance. As emotions run high, these unlikely groups of friends just might pull off a standing ovation-worthy performance of musicals like The Sound of Music, Beauty and the Beast, and Annie.
Okay, I can actually see. All right, that is something I could actually kind of get behind.
Oh,
that sounds fun. I mean, I like musicals. I'm not gonna like dump on musicals. I love musicals, but
you just don't like them in the high school.
I just don't like High School Musical because it's very well. I won't go into it, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't like it.
I wish I watched High School Musical before I was in high school.
Yeah, well, I was like in the middle of high school when it was coming out, and I was just like, no. I have no interest in this.
That was for you.
Yeah, that was in like my I was getting into metal at that time, you know. So I was just like, I was
you were.
I didn't want any of this High School Musical junk. You know, I just wanted to watch Hannah Montana secretly in peace and not be bothered by High School Musical. And all my friends knew I watched Hannah Montana because most of them did too.
You don't have to have one or the other. You can have the best of both worlds. Let's
chill
see.
it out, take it slow.
Yeah.
Then you rock out the show. No, but like I like this idea. I think it's fun. Also, Kristen Bell is she's great. I love her.
She's wonderful. There's also an untitled Walt Disney Imagineering documentary series, which will be a docu-series chronicling the 65-plus history of Walt Disney Imagineering with parallel storylines of the people, the craft, and the business.
Okay.
That's
I like that idea.
Launch.
I like that concept. It's going to be available at launch. Okay. Yeah. I like that concept a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot of they have a lot of different documentary series, like going into all their different things. It's like they're like, we're so good we can just make documentary series about ourselves in different ways. And
yeah, like, my only concern is like the sugarcoating that'll go on with that because it's all going to be produced in house. So it's not going to be like the Sweatbox, which is a fantastic documentary, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's about the creation of The Emperor's New Groove. But only kind of about The Emperor's New Groove because that movie was originally something entirely different originally. And I just said originally twice in a row in the same sentence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's a great documentary. It's available free at archive.org. Disney does not want it released. I can kind of understand why. Because it's not like damning of Disney, but it's not overly flattering of Disney either. So, I mean, it's just kind of honest. And really, it's more like Sting's point of view for most of the movie, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
but it's really good. Honestly, it's totally worthwhile. I'd recommend seeing it. So, I don't think you're going to see something like that on Disney Plus, which is kind of unfortunate.
Be like, we're always so happy here. Everything's so perfect.
Yeah.
Walt Disney, amazing. Let's see, what else? The Marvel's Hero Project. It reveals the positive change several young heroes are making in their own communities. Marvel celebrates these young heroes as the true superheroes they are.
Okay.
Available at launch. The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Of course. Did you hear about this?
No, I am intrigued.
It's a series told through the prism of Goldblum's inquisitive and entertaining mind, with each episode centered around something we all love, like sneakers or ice cream, as he pulls the thread on these deceptively familiar objects and unravels surprising connections, science, and history.
So it's unwrapped with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's available at launch, baby. Get on that.
That's a great show. Unwrapped is also a good show. But okay, I mean, that sounds interesting enough, I guess.
There's also Cinema Relics, Iconic Art of the Movies, working title. An anthology series that takes a look at beloved films through the props and costumes that made them unique, from the craftspeople who created them, the actors who interacted with them, and the collectors and archivists who own and cherish them. Hosted by film historian / collector Dan Lanigan, films featured in the first 8 episodes are Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Mary Poppins, The Muppet Movie, Tron, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay, I'm excited.
Right.
You literally just had to say Tron, and I was on board.
Available in the first year after launch.
I'm a huge Tron fan, so that's great.
Also, this one's my favorite, Into the Unknown, Making Frozen 2. It's a documentary about the making of Frozen 2.
Making of Frozen 2, but Frozen 2 is not out yet.
Exactly.
How can that possibly be?
They're double dipping on this bad boy. We're going to get Frozen 2 really? And the making of Frozen 2. We're going to profit off of both of these things.
There you go.
It opens the kimono on Frozen 2 to let cameras capture how the voice...
Is that what it says?
Yes.
What? What does that have to do with Frozen 2?
It opens the kimono on... Does she wear a kimono in this movie, maybe? In Frozen 2?
Maybe. Are we going to the East? Where they wear kimonos regularly?
To be available in the first year after launch. So probably after Frozen 2.
Okay, makes sense then.
Magic of Animal Kingdom. Okay.
Talking about the Animal Kingdom at Disneyland and Disney World?
At Disney Animal Kingdom theme park and Epcot Sea Base Aquarium, a team of more than 1,000 animal care experts, veterinarians, and biologists perform groundbreaking work. For the first time, National Geographic will offer viewers an all-access pass into the 24/7 world of the animal caretakers running one of the world's most advanced veterinary facilities.
Ooh.
See, they're getting into the... wherever they can shove a documentary crew, we're going to shove them in there. Marvel's 616, anthological docu-series from Marvel New Media in partnership with Supper Club, explores the intersection between Marvel's legacy of stories, characters, and creators, and the world outside your window. Each episode will dive into the historical, cultural, and societal context that has become inseparable from stories of the Marvel Universe.
Okay, that one sounded like really boring. I mean, maybe it'll be more interesting than that description sounded. It's not opening the kimono on something, though. So
straight up open the kimono on that bad boy.
What does that even mean? I've never heard that phrase before.
This one's called Reconnect. In each episode, a family will disconnect from their busy lives, devices, and outside influences in order to address a relatable issue that's driving a wedge between them. With the help of an expert, each family will embark on a unique journey to confront dilemmas head on.
So just generic reality TV is also going to be there too.
That sounds going to be so epic.
That sounds. That does sound like I'll throw it on Disney Plus.
In Rogue Trip, journalist Bob Woodruff travels the world with his 27-year-old son Mac and visits places your average tourist is least likely to venture. The roguish, often misunderstood, and frequently overlooked corners of the world whose hidden corners surprise, amaze, and inspire.
Hey, I'm 27. I can relate.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to be 28, though, so it's soon.
Shop Class, a competition series featuring teams of students tasked with designing, building, and testing new contraptions. In each episode, a panel of experts will rate their work based on engineering design and the final test of the build. That's so cool. All right.
Well, okay, so interesting thing about this though, they're catering to basically every demographic possible.
Yeah.
That sounds like a family programming you'd watch on ABC at 8 o'clock at night, prime time. We'll watch our shop class reality competition show.
So,
Your challenge today is the overhead bin saw.
There's so many shows out there of like different making things and ways to make things. Like for woodworkers, there's a show. For blacksmiths, like competition. There's always
Forge
a
and
competition.
Fire is my jam. I
Yeah?
love that show. Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
good.
That show's great. It's so corny.
And I mean, Face Off was like.
Oh yeah, that show's really. I've never really watched it. It's not like overly interested, but I like the fact that show exists though.
Yeah, my brother and my mom used to watch that, and they also watched Ink Masters, which is a tattoo competition. There's so many. Earth Keepers is from the creators of Chef's Table and the producers of One Lucky Elephant. Of course, you know them.
Oh yeah, the classic.
This docu-series enters the adventurous lives of the people, changing the way humans see the animal kingdom, focusing on conservationists and the animals they've devoted their careers to studying. That's awesome. Ink and Paint, a docu-series based on the book of the same name, tells the story of animation at Disney and how an unsung workforce of trailblazing women helped create some of the greatest animated films of all time.
Cool.
Oh, Lady and the Tramp. Didn't talk about Lady and the Tramp. Are you excited for that one? The remake?
Not massively, no.
That's gonna be awesome.
I like the original a lot. It's a good movie.
Yeah, but again, it's just like it didn't need to happen as a remake. But I have a feeling now with Disney Plus, they will remake every single Disney movie and put
Including the Black Cauldron.
yes, including Song of the South.
Including Song of the
Live
South.
action? No, it'll be an animated remake of Song of the South.
Yeah, everything will be animated about it.
And yeah, but I just have a feeling like this is gonna be one of the first Disney. Well, it'll be the first Disney Plus exclusive live action remake. So I have a feeling.
Is that what it is? Is that
Yeah.
what? Is that what like they know? Oh, okay.
It's not in theaters. So I have a feeling we're gonna have an onslaught of those in the future. Of like any of the ones that really shouldn't be remade, just throw them over to Disney Plus.
Like that one.
Yeah.
That one absolutely shouldn't have been touched.
Dumbo definitely should have been Disney Plus exclusive.
Literally, no single person was like, "Man, I can't wait for Lady and the Tramp to get remade." Like, it's not even. I mean, like, I like that movie a lot, but it's not like one of the ones that people go to when they think of like a Disney animated classic. You think of like 101 for that era anyway. You think of like 101 Dalmatians for that era.
Yes, I can't wait for a Fox and the Hound remake, baby. Live action.
Oh no,
That'll be great.
awful. That'd be so heartbreaking. Is what that would be.
There's gonna be. They're gonna pull out a lot of more surprises on us. I know it for remakes.
Fox and the Hound.
Noelle. Have you heard about Noelle? This is a Bill Hader and Anna Kendrick Christmas movie.
No, but that's an interesting combination.
Yes, Nick Kringle is first in line to become Santa Claus, but he struggles at every step of the way. His younger sister Noelle, played by Anna Kendrick, enjoys all the perks of being a Kringle without any of the expectations or responsibility. As the holiday draws near, the pressures of being Santa become all too much for Nick, who disappears just weeks before the big day. Now it's up to Noelle to scour the globe to find him, bring him home, and save Christmas.
Wow. Sounds like a Hallmark channel.
it literally looks like it seems like one of the ones that would be on ABC's 25 Days of Christmas thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the or free. I guess it's free forms now. They're 25 Days of Christmas.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. Like even if you look at the poster, it's like that's like early 2000s Christmas movie. Also, Billy Eichner is going to be in the cast for that too. Just let's throw Billy Eichner. Let's put Billy Eichner wherever we can.
Oh well, jeez, man.
Also, also look forward to the Phineas and Ferb movie. That's gonna be
yeah. No, that was something that's been going on for a while, though, right?
Really?
That's been in development. I think
don't
so.
know. I've never even seen Phineas and Ferb originally, so I'm like,
Me
this
neither.
doesn't do anything for me. But it will...
I've seen the occasional episode here and there. It's fun. I like the concept a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Phineas, what is it? Perry the Platypus and Phineas Disney Infinity figures.
Okay.
That's all the extent of my Phineas and Ferb connections. Alright, there's only a couple more left here. It's like Stargirl. Oh, wow. Based on the best-selling young adult novel of the same name. This teen coming-of-age story is about Leah Borlock, played by Graham Verchair, an average 16-year-old content to fly under the radar until an offbeat new student named Stargirl, played by Grace Vanderwall, shows up at his high school, turning his and everyone else's world upside down, forever changing the way they see themselves and each other. Grace Vanderwall, winner of America's Got Talent. Great.
Oh yeah. She's an actress.
No,
too?
Not till now.
She's my Wonderwall.
She's great though. I love Grace Vanderwall. I've done a lot of videos on her on my channel, but she's great.
So she was a singer, right?
Yeah, she played the ukulele.
Oh yeah, okay.
She was a big viral thing. Won the Golden Buzzer and everything, and she won that season.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she was charming.
She's apparently gonna be in this now. That's gonna be great. I've always said she should be an actress. That's gonna be awesome. That seems like such an amazing story to tell. All right.
The sarcasm oozing is just like the.
You know,
what a story! What a story!
Have you ever read the book Timmy Failure? Mistakes Were Made.
No.
Well, look forward to this thing based on the book. It's called Timmy Failure.
Isn't mistakes were made? Wasn't that like isn't that? Who said that?
It's just an internet culture, like some.
Yeah, someone said mistakes were made, and yeah.
But this movie tells the story of Timmy, our quirky deadpan hero, who, along with his 1,500-pound polar bear partner, Total, operates Total Failure Inc., a world-class detective agency.
Oh, it's literally been a non-apology in the history of politics. Or as early as Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Mistakes were made. Sure.
Mistakes were made. They were called hiring all your best friends as your cabinet.
Yes.
Which was a huge mistake because they're a bunch of crooks.
Such political goonery. They don't want to say I made a mistake. As mistakes were made.
I like Ulysses S. Grant, but boy, he was not a great president.
Great guy though. So this last one is Togo, based on a true life adventure in the Alaskan tundra. The story is set in 1925 when an epidemic of diphtheria breaks out in a remote Alaskan town, causing countless children to fall gravely ill. The necessary
I'm sorry, but I can't stop smiling about this description for some reason.
It's great.
It sounds like a Balto.
The necessary antitoxin is hundreds of miles away across treacherous terrain with a massive storm on the horizon. As the crisis grows more desperate, the village leaders realize their only hope lies with one man, Leonard Sapala, played by Willem Dafoe, and his lead sled dog, Togo.
Willem Dafoe? It's just showing up.
They got a lot of names involved. It's to be available in the first year after launch. So that's great. And then, I mean, we went through pretty much all of the stuff, all the essentials.
All the essentials. I mean, they've announced tons more from Marvel, though. There's going to be like a Moon Knight series.
Oh, true. I don't know where all this stuff is.
There's going to be like a She-Hulk series. Those get announced.
Yeah.
Didn't Blade get announced? And then I thought I heard something like, maybe I dreamed this.
No, I mean...
There's a Blade series, right?
Just when you think you find a comprehensive list, it's not comprehensive enough, you know? I don't know where all the Marvel love is. I'm looking forward to watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which will be available on launch.
So Blade is going to be a movie, I guess. Which is, that's cool. I didn't know if that was going to be in a series or what that was going to be exactly, so...
Looking forward to checking out Thor: The Dark World when that pops up on launch.
I can't believe it. That's really funny.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of Marvel stuff involved. I don't know where all that stuff is in here, but
Yeah.
uh,
Well, hey, that's a lot of things though.
that is a lot of
So
things.
hopefully, it's again, it's hard to nail down a comprehensive list, which makes it tough to really talk about. I
Yeah.
still would say that this is depending on what the backlog they launch with, because the originals are pretty solid, I would say overall, in the sense that they kind of cater to every demographic. Um, so the backlog, I think, is what's for me is going to make or break my day one. It's something I'm definitely going to get because it just sounds really great. I might just end up doing day one anyways. But I think their backlog is going to be the real value kind of maker for a lot of people. So.
Oh yeah, there's also a Hawkeye series. It's gonna be at some point.
Oh, right. A Hawkeye series and
But apparently they haven't officially confirmed it yet. Apparently.
oh, okay.
So yeah, Netflix will be priced at $6.99 monthly, which is nearly half Netflix's standard $12.99 plan.
Mm.
Which is, you think Netflix will struggle from this?
I think so. Yeah, they're gonna lose some. They're gonna lose some of that Disney Mun.
Because I mean, obviously none of the Netflix originals. Oh, you're green now. I mean, you still have all the Netflix originals. You still have anything not Disney, but
But here's the thing: is that Netflix is this is just the first, maybe not the first, because there might be more coming out before this. But there's a lot of other streaming services cropping up that are going to take some of that piece of that apple pie that is Netflix.
yeah, but if any of them,
Well, like NBC Universal has said that they're going to be taking The Office.
oh yeah, that's
Honestly,
true.
that's huge.
Yeah,
Because like pretty much everyone I know will just throws on The Office to have a good time, just to binge. And when you don't have that, it's like, well, what else do I have? What else do I have with my life? So
you know Netflix is gonna be buckling down to get something happen here.
yeah,
Like they're like they've been in a place of comfort for so long with no signs of competition for quite a while. Even with things like Hulu was never like going to be a real threat. So now it's like Disney's coming out here. Look straight up $6.99. Leave Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's go. We're taking all our Disney movies off of Netflix. Give them to us. So yeah, I know Disney movies apparently do really well on Netflix too. There are a lot of most popular movies on Netflix too.
So here's an interesting question to sort of wrap up, though. Will the original Netflix Marvel are those going to just disappear entirely? So like the
They will.
Daredevil,
Oh, those.
Daredevil, and all those the Luke
Yeah.
Cage, and are those just going to be lost in some weird limbo?
I'm not sure. I
Because
actually
because
read.
they
I read like that somewhere they were saying they would potentially be able to try to continue the series if there was enough interest in the future, like for all these, because they were all canceled. But there was something with like the contract would make it so they'd have to wait until at least like 2025 or something crazy to do that. So there's something with the Netflix contract that's going to keep it for at least probably the next 5 years or something. It sounds like based on that, but I don't know because I know they're going to get all their Disney movies off pretty soon.
yeah.
Like probably somewhere in 2020 or 2021 they'll have them all off.
Yeah.
But I also heard there's weird stuff. There's like weird contract deals with certain ones where it's like they might end up coming back to Netflix in like 2026, like some of these Disney movies.
Oh, that's so weird.
Some weird stuff with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just so much information out there now. After D23, there's just so much nonstop.
Yeah, it can be kind of hard to. I mean, it's hard for us to try to organize it all, even. So.
The Black Widow movie, that's a theatrical thing, right?
Yes, that's coming out beginning of next year, I think.
I'm hyped for that.
Sure. I'm looking forward to
Scarlett
it.
Johansson, baby, the Swan
Oh yeah.
Song.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, Disney Plus, not much to complain about there. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And half the price of Netflix, so I'll definitely be getting it for sure.
Get your Disney fix.
Yeah.
Get your Star Wars. Get your Marvel. Get your Disney.
It's just such a crazy timeline we live in now, where like only a few years ago, if you were to say Disney's going to own Marvel, Star Wars, ABC, all these different things, they're going to have control over all these things. You wouldn't believe it. It's like they've gone from just being, the Mickey Mouse company of all their Disney originals to now we're just the juggernaut of owning all the, like, literally the most massive franchises out there right now.
You almost forget about their animated films, which is kind of sad.
Right.
When you think about it, like
yeah, like the Disney Plus headlines are like Star Wars, Marvel stuff. That's the most at the top of the.
I would like to see, because the benefit of having all these options means that you get more people to experiment with things. At least that's kind of what's been happening in some regard on Netflix. So I would like to see them bring 2D animation back in some vein. Mm-hmm. Like a traditional 2D animated something done by Disney. I know they do like their Flash cartoons and stuff on Disney Channel and on Disney XD or whatever, but I'd like to see like another. I know it's expensive, I know it's hard, but another traditional animated film would be really nice to have again. I like the CG stuff. Obviously the Frozens and the new like road trip between like aliens that Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are going to be in. That's Disney's next animated film.
Yeah,
I don't remember
something about that. Yeah,
I don't remember what it's called exactly, but
also, wait, is the Eternals, is that a Disney Plus thing too?
I don't remember, but I think so.
Because that was like a big. There's so many things that are out there. That was a big like cast reveal of all the different people and like.
Yeah, I think that one. I think that one's a Disney Plus series.
Maybe.
Could be totally wrong. Yeah. It's honestly when they were, because I watched like the whole thing when they were releasing all like these are going to be all the things. I lost track of like what was going to be a movie and what was going to be a Disney Plus series. So
this requires so much more work for Disney fans and Marvel fans now. This Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now you have to go into all this television series and exclusives. It's a lot to juggle now. Yeah. Also, almost forgot to mention the Lizzie McGuire revival. Lizzie McGuire is back.
It says Hilary Duff.
Hilary Duff
show up.
She's back.
Hilary Duff too.
Yeah.
That's great. That's fun. I'm not like huge on that show at all, but like that sounds fun. That's more fun to me than High School Musical.
Well, yeah, and it's actually like the original cast member coming back to reprise the role.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows if any of the original cast will be in there? But that's still hype.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, I guess that's it. Disney Plus for sure.
Tons of stuff right to the end.
Yeah, if you like this discussion, feel free to check out our review of Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile.
I was trying to make a reference to that earlier, and you wouldn't let me. You were just like, when I was talking about him becoming Ted Bundy during the High School Musical talk, you were just like, no,
I forgot.
He's all about that, and like you just kept talking about High School Musical, and I was like, man, I was trying to just needle that extremely
I didn't even
dangerous,
think about
wickedly.
it. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
From Troy to Ted Bundy.
That's right.
He's got so much.
He's got so much range.
Yes.
So much range right there. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right.